everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play RimWorld. So, once again, since the last video, you guys, were, like I just said, once again, very helpful in, giving me a lot of cool suggestions and stuff like that. So there is certainly a lot of stuff that we need to do. Man, oh man, I actually forgot exactly how many people we have in this canteen right now. I mean, granted, actually, if we look way ahead of our prison, probably isn't all that much, everything considered, but this is actually something that was recommended to me, and looking at this feed all prisoners thing, this is something we probably need to change. One of the suggestions that was put in the comments was definitely maybe hiring more kitchen staff, because we may not be able to fully feed everyone, and it's actually kind of looking like we didn't feed half of them. And of course, nothing makes those prisoners more rowdy than having a little grumbly in their tumbly, to say the least. But anyways, let's actually go ahead and go through all this. First things first, I actually would like to go ahead and call in the emergencies, because I want to go ahead and actually call one fire engine, seeing as they only cost 100. And I just want to go ahead and play around a little bit with this and make sure that I can actually get this to work. From what TNT is Cool 54 told me, apparently you go ahead, select the people, then you can move them around with right click. Okay, so that does indeed work. Let's actually move them over to, click them again, and let's move them over to the garbage area. Just so they're not, like, doing anything in the prison, and then with them all selected, if I hold down, oh my god, that's so cool, I like that a lot. Spray water everywhere! Okay, that's probably not a good thing. Hopefully it didn't damage anything, but we just sprayed it all around the water, so that shouldn't cause us much issues. Got an issue. Here's, the fire police leaving. The fire department leaving. Got an issue, here's a tissue. So yeah, thank you to TNT is Cool 54, for saying that. That was also recommended by a couple of, others, a couple of the rest of you, but it's one of those things where, he was the one that I read first, so I'm just mentioning him, and the rest of you mentioned a lot, so I'll be able to specifically shout out you guys or whatever for that. Okay, so we do have our kennels finished up, so let's actually go ahead and, probably shouldn't get rid of this kennel until we actually have the ones outside set up. So, kennel, look for the little doggy, dog symbol, there we go. Put one right about in there. One right about in there. I don't know if we could actually select for someone to chop down that tree, because that would be a nice thing to do. Dismantle? Is that chopping down a tree? Dismantling it? I'm honestly not sure. That's the only thing that would make any sense in my mind, though. So hopefully that is, in fact, actually what we need to do. Now let's go ahead and add some more dog crates. We'll get 1, 2, 3 for the top side, and then, let's get 1, 2, and then it'll be 3, 4. Yeah, that'll be good enough for that one. Like I said in here, we'll go ahead and have one block in between each one, but later on, if we do need to expand them, then we'll go ahead and actually do so. You know, we'll make them bigger and stuff like that. There's a lake right here, correct? Yeah, that's gonna mess with future plans for our base. Whatever, let's go ahead and look at things. Okay, Jeff Van Dale, he's the one who I'm gonna go through first. He was saying that I should definitely go ahead and change some of my resume stuff. Apparently, basically lockup is, there's lockup time. Apparently lockup time is actually pretty much completely useless, so instead we should go ahead and make that free time, so that'll actually allow prisoners to go ahead and, keep themselves happy by accomplishing certain tasks that they want to. Like, if someone's locked up when they want to take a shower, there's no need to keep them locked up. Better to go ahead and let them take a shower. Or if they want to, like, hang out in the, common room, or just go out, call someone, you know. Basically, it's a lot nicer, apparently, to make all of that free time. So there's gonna be a lot of free time on here now, especially since another thing that was suggested was getting rid of one of the eating days, and I'll get to that in a bit. Oh yeah, that's actually next. Jeff Van was also saying, to go ahead and make only 1 day for eating, and actually change our policy to make both of these high. I don't know if that's actually gonna cost more or less all in all. I'd imagine since he suggested it, it will actually cost less, but let's go ahead and see. Whoa! That costs... Oh, wait, no, that costs a hell of a lot more. That's unfortunate. But, apparently that's, like, the prisoners are happy enough with just eating that one time in that day if both of those are selected to high. And, of course, if that's the case, that should allow us to, do other things to keep them happier. So, who knows, maybe it's one of those things where the cost efficiency isn't all that good, but, we're still getting over 3,500 bucks, and that's a lot of money. So, it's probably still a case scenario where we're certainly earning enough. What the hell is this? Oh, that's a kennel that needs to be examined or something. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Dog snuffed something out. I'm not exactly sure where that happened, but whatever. We'll find out later. Yay! We got the first government one. Assign 2 armored guards to patrol. That's one thing we'll need to do. We also do need to get our security room, and, okay, so all those are set up. That's 5 of them. Perfect. We could actually end up getting rid of all of, the ones that are set up in here then. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll just dismantle all of those, and then, of course, we are going to set up one half of this room, which will be the security office, and then the other half is going to be the armory. Bad thing about it, the bad thing about the situation is that the armory, apparently, we should... Wait, what? I can't wait for day to happen, because it looks like there's a lake right here. I can't quite tell, because the ground is shaped, like, colored differently right here than it is here. Maybe that's just the ground colored differently, because this isn't nearly as dark of a blue as this is, and I want to make sure that we'll have room to expand upwards. Now that the fence up top has been completed, it looks like it has. Yes. Okay. Okay, that would certainly be good, because it would be very, very nice for us to be able to expand the, this office a little bit. I think that actually is an additional lake, and that's really, really sucky, because apparently we're going to, I don't know, maybe this will actually be perfectly, a perfectly fine amount of room for the armory, but it was, suggested to me that, the armory should actually be rather large. At least compared to the security office. So, who knows? Like I just said, maybe this will be enough room. If we can't expand it upwards, we could expand it a little bit more to the right because of that lake right there. But, because it's not too close to that lake. So we'll figure that out in a bit. We need to go ahead and make the laundry room. That's something that, probably should have been put in the works a little bit earlier, but, you know, it's perfectly fine. It's, I was saying I would want the laundry room to be in here. Once again, I'm honestly not exactly sure if that is the smartest thing to do, but I kind of like the idea of putting the laundry room in here. It feels to me like it would match nicely with the common room, and in fact, to make it work a little bit better, let's actually delete that. No, no, that's a bad setup, game. A bad setup. Let's set it up like that. Not gonna be the biggest room in the game, but I want it to actually line up with the common room, so it should look nice in that regard. And the laundry room is probably should have jail doors, because of course we're gonna want people to be working in there later on. It's basically a case scenario where I think it's going to be okay as long as we have a guard stationed in there. And guards actually being stationed is another thing that I need to change, which I will get to once again later. So station a dog at the main entrance, so that's one thing that we need to do. I'll actually talk about that right now, since I did just mention it, as I go ahead and purchase tasers. Apparently, this is one thing that I didn't know about before. Guard patrols. Wait, but how do you station guards? Oh, no. Wait, shared main sec staff max. Okay, I actually apparently don't know how to do this. One thing that you guys were telling me is that I should station guards rather than have them be on patrols. I don't know if that actually is the single click, so that's what I've been doing with these people. But apparently guards who are stationed are much more likely to actually go ahead and, like, open doors when they're needed to be opened, or bring prisoners from one location to the other, that kind of thing. We actually need to alter this now that that door's there. Let's move that patrol right up along like that. I'm gonna put you right there, because otherwise that lady would not be able to go on that patrol. Did she just vanish? Oh my god, that guard was like... I don't know, apparently she's been sucked into that concrete forever and is now dead, and you may be saying, oh, she's not dead, you still have 15 prisoners. No. No. She got buried in the concrete. She is now part of the wall, part of the prison. She's gonna be the ghost that haunts the laundry room, which is obviously gonna terrify all the youngins in the prison. Because of course we have a lot of youngins in the prison. But, we just hired a new guard immediately when she died. It's just a thing the game did automatically. Looks like we do have another grant to do, so let's go ahead and set up another grant. Could, go ahead and finally do that long-term investment. We're starting to run a little bit low on cash, but we're still at a point where I think it would be perfectly fine. And it would be nice to get that long-term investment out of the way. But let's check everything else. Ooh, the new inmate nutrition research. That's one that was really nice. You know what? Let's go ahead and go for that. Once again, that's one that I actually had problems with before, for whatever reason. 3 high-quality variety meals for 2 days. Okay, so we'd have to do 3 meals per day. Serve a single low-quality, low-variety meal for 2 days. Okay, so let's handle that one first. That's gonna mean that our prisoners are going to get a little pissed off for sure, because obviously now they're only eating once per day, and it's very low quality and quantity. So these people our prisoners are probably have to go start, like, starving to death. So hopefully this additional grouping of staff members will at least mean that more of them will be fed, so we won't be having that problem like I think we may have been having a little bit ago. But let's actually go ahead and add some more stuff in here as well. I don't know if adding additional equipment does actually help with solving problems you may have with keeping like food running in the kitchen and stuff like that. But I'm gonna hope and guess that it does. So let's go ahead and add another sink, another fridge, and of course another cooker. I don't know if those things are connected. They will actually have power going through them. I hope that they do. Like I said, though, I'm not entirely sure whether or not that actually is the case. But yeah, this is one thing that I also need to figure out how to do exactly. Apparently, we should kind of say goodbye to shakedowns in total, because apparently a much better thing to do than shakedowns is actually, search cell blocks. And basically how cell blocks work, from what I understood from when Jeff Van described it, was that all of this is a cell block, because cell blocks are separated by walls and doors. So oh god, no. No, guards, do your own thing! Oh, great. Well, they're just gonna chill there. But now they're going back to what they were doing, so that makes me happy. But, so I actually think we're going to go ahead and finish off with this building at this point. I don't think we're going to expand it anymore. I think if we do go ahead and change, I mean, when eventually we do want to, like, add another building for additional cells and stuff like that, I think we're without a doubt going to actually, like I just said, make it a separate building, you know? So this can be cell block A, while one maybe, like, right over here would be cell block B. And so then, we could choose at night to go ahead and actually search the cell block. Excuse me. Rather than actually doing other things. Look at all the cash flow that we've gained now that we changed that meal thing. That's kind of funny. I'm not exactly sure how you do search cell blocks, though. Like, where would that be? That wouldn't be in contraband, yeah. Need jobs, prisoners, resume, no. Policy? Is there a thing to, like, search cell blocks at night? Does not appear so. Okay, well, that's something that I'll need to figure out exactly. I don't think anything down here would be it, but, obviously that's something that I'm sure you guys will be able to help me out in the future, telling me exactly how I go ahead and do that kind of thing. So, oh, looks like we do have a bit of a fight that's going down. Makes a lot of sense, since, the people might be angry. I don't understand why these little kennel dog signs are showing up all over the place. That really confuses me. Whatever. Prisoners are moving all over the place. No, everyone is hungry, or pretty much everyone. We actually do have a fight going down in here in the shower room, which is bad, but looks like everyone's actually going to be okay, so that's nice. That means they are actually getting their cells searched as well, along with them. That's always a good sign, in my opinion. Okay. There's so many people there, it kind of scared me a little, made me think that some dudes were going to try to escape. And, you know what? I actually shouldn't sell that wood. That's something that will come up before too long. In the meantime, let me actually go to the next thing. This is something, okay, let's open the contraband menu. Apparently this is something that I can find in the contraband menu. Maybe I still need to unlock it, because I don't know if I have done contraband. No, I have done contraband through bureaucracy. But apparently in the contraband menu, I could actually go ahead and select to kind of recruit solitary prisoners to end up telling me where other pieces of contraband may be hidden in the cell block, you know? It kind of, like, basically I can turn any of these prisoners into a rat, any of the ones that have been placed in solitary. I don't see where you could do that on contraband. Maybe you actually need a prisoner to be in a solitary cell to do that. So that's gonna be my guess for now. And we're gonna wait for someone to pop up before testing any of that out. Okay, obviously the sink actually needs... Oh, cool. Only needs one pipe connected to it. And of course, all those actually are connected by power, so that is very, very nice for me, of course. More guards are getting injured, but nobody's dead, thank the Lord. That makes me very, very happy. Our prison danger is still very high. Kinda makes me feel like I should change the meal thing, but we're 8% of the way there, and I think we should only need to get to... Oh, no. Actually, we're 10% on this one, not the whole thing. Okay. Okay, that's gonna move slowly, but hopefully we'll be able to finish it before too long. The prisoner actually gone to the doctor room! Okay, thank God. That actually didn't cause us too many issues or problems. We might want to get a couple of rat police, but one thing that you guys did, and this is a suggestion that I really did enjoy, or something that you guys were telling me, because it actually does kind of make a lot of sense, and it's kind of a complexity in the game and stuff like that. But you guys were telling me that apparently I should barely have any armored police when I do end up getting those guys, because apparently they make the prisoners a lot more, like, angry. They irritate them a lot more. So this is kind of contrary to the thing that was suggested to me before, seeing as the security room is so much bigger than the armory right now. But I'm going to plan on expanding the armory later on. And actually, yes, okay, those were just two different colors of the ground, so there is actually a lot of room to expand the armory upwards, if we do need to. But let's go ahead and actually set up the security office and plan for the armory as well, so we could actually get those going. We will also go ahead and add 2 layers of walls, which is something that I will describe, before too long. Let's actually put the doors right there. I think that'll look better for the doors. So those 2 walls will get set up, and then I'll actually talk about that when the time comes. But yeah, so we're probably only actually going to have 2 riot police in total in the prison, because obviously we do not want our prisoners getting angry. This is a really big prisoner, Mark Denning. Okay, dudes, you can start to calm down. You don't need to be yelling all over the place. 22 prisoners have serious complaints. Oh, is this guy? No, that guy's still unconscious, but this guy isn't. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at him. Punish, maximum security, search prisoner, search cell block. Is there anything we could do with contraband for him? No. That's another thing that I'm not entirely sure how it works, but I'm sure you guys will actually help me out with that. God, the yelling is so irritating in this game. Got more fights going down. That's, once again, not very good for us, but we are actually handling things perfectly okay. These fights keep coming out, breaking down, but our guards do a really good job of kind of stopping them from doing that. I really wish our staff would build these, come on, stop the fights! Prisoners, you need to stop being negative Nancys about everything. Oh, this is the last thing that Jeff Van was telling me, this is one that really interested me. Basically, he was saying that there are a lot of, really good mods for Prison Architect out there, which I really believe. This game is so good, it has to have, a lot of really good creative, user-made mods and stuff like that. But, basically, I was wondering, I don't have much free time on my hands, to be completely honest. Like, I'm a college student and a very, very busy one at that, especially this semester. This has been my most busy semester I've ever had, I would certainly say. But kind of getting to the point with that, I don't really have all that free time to go ahead and look for mods myself, so I was wondering if you guys could actually suggest like really cool mods that you guys like for Prison Architect, and then I could go ahead take a quick look at those and see if they would be really cool to add to our prison and spice things up in that regard, because I think that would be a really cool thing. Then laundry room, you will go right there. Clothing is definitely something that should make our prisoners happier, so that'll be a really good thing about getting this laundry room actually freaking completed. So we'll put, let's put 2 laundry machines, 2 ironing boards, and then probably 2 baskets as well? I don't know, that might be too much, but I like it. I think that'll be a good setup for that. Oh, and our danger has actually gone super low! Yes! Our prison is a complete and utter success. Prison is unstoppable. But now let's go ahead and actually jump to Super Daniel 354 and everything he suggested. This is actually one that I really like. He was telling me that, what I should do is I should set up an export, zone. Wherever that may be. Ah, there we go. Exports. Because apparently what this will do, and should put it close to deliveries, sucks that can't really get it all that close to deliveries, to be completely honest. But this won't be too bad putting it up there. Basically, what exports will be is that will now allow our like staff members, I imagine the workmen will do this, they will now automatically take things like wood and crafted items into the exports, where they will be sold automatically, so I don't have to like left click. I will select and then specifically tell them to sell the object. Basically, it takes one more step in this game and actually removes it, so it's not something that I need to do anymore. Negative 810 prisoner uniform? I don't know what that means. That probably has to do with the laundry work that's being done right here. So let's go to utilities. Obviously, those things need to be powered. Nice to see that actually the power stations are pretty close to them. The ironing boards don't need power? I thought those things needed power. Oh, they do, but they don't need direct power. That was the thing. I forgot. And then let's set up, small pipes, I was told, can go, 35 meters. Once again, I have been told that many times before, but, I'm very thankful that you guys reminded me. So let's actually go ahead and just use small ones to connect it to those laundry machines. That'll be pretty nice for us. Good, efficient way to spend our cash, since obviously I am, not the best at efficiently spending cash. Oh, of course I set up some walls. How do I do that every now and then? I always hate it when I accidentally set up a wall somewhere and I'm just like, well, that makes no sense. Like, let's get rid of those weird, nonsensical walls. So then let's actually keep an eye on this, on the exports here, because the next time we actually see, guard had a hammer. Cake! Come on, Cake. Oh my god. Okay, we're spotting a lot of weapons right now, which is kind of nice. There's actually even a knife in the frickin', in this stack of clothing right there, which is kind of extra scary. Oh, thank you, metal detector. Today, of all days, this metal detector is really showing its worth. That is, like, crazy how many things it's scanning. What did we find on him? A hammer! Oh my god. Well, that was a crazy day. That was a really wild day. Okay, yeah, this is the other thing I was gonna say before, and now that we actually have those walls set up, I don't know if this is the exact setup that he wanted or meant, but one thing that that Super Daniel was saying is that I should use 2 solitary doors at least for the armory. And that actually does make a lot of sense, because obviously the last thing that we would want, enclosed, surrounded by walls and doors. Oh, I don't actually have doors in the kennels? Luckily, apparently the kennel does still function, because the dogs are resting in their little things. So that's nice that apparently they don't entirely require doors. But let's get those doors down anyways, of course, since we want those rooms to actually be official. In fact, did that actually get rid of some of the dogs on our staff? No, we still have 5 dog handlers. That's nice. But yeah. Super Daniel was saying, go ahead and put 2 solitary doors in the least, separating the armory, because really it is one of those things where the worst possible thing that could happen for a prison would be, looks like we found some medicine, would be the prisoners getting shotguns on hand. So, definitely a smart thing for us to go ahead and actually close that off. And then let's also go ahead and set up 2 of those, gun racks, because I would really like to get 2 armored guards on patrol, if for nothing else, so we could just at least finish that grant. That'll be a nice thing. Might irritate some of the guards, but from what I've heard, two armored, guards on patrol is kind of a magic number. Honestly, that might even be too much for what we've got right now. So you know what? Let's actually plan to do the little bit of to do the little trick where we'll have 1 who's on patrol, but we'll hire 2, and then we'll immediately fire 1 after we succeed in the grants. That should be a good, smart way to handle that. Then, put no weapons in security office. Yes, we will make sure not to do that now. That's another thing that, was suggested, of course. Okay, this is another thing. Apparently, a really good way to see whether or not prisoners are actually trying to escape is by checking their sleep bar to go ahead and actually see how much, rest they've gotten. This is experience, mood, good, normal, yada yada, condition. I don't know exactly where their sleep bar is, but apparently that's a really good way to see basically how much sleep they've gotten in the night, which is a really good way to judge whether or not they are actually trying to dig outside of the prison, or dig their way out of the prison, of course. That guy clearly has booze. That guy shouldn't have booze, right? If I were to levy a guess, that guy probably shouldn't have booze. So let's go ahead and examine his cell and examine him. No booze. Yeah, that's a bad man. You're not allowed to do that, buddy. Okay, his brain brought to solitary. Good work, good work. That was actually a good spot on us. That I do toot my own horn a little bit. Let's see. It irritates me that there's so many guards down there that I can't see at all. In fact, do we actually have a guard patrol stationed down in that area? It might kind of be a point where I might want to go ahead. No, we do not. Let's actually have another patrol. This guard will actually patrol around here, because I really want us to be able to see that whole area. And what that means, because we're getting a new guard, and that's going to be another person on patrol, we're actually also going to buy another, you know? I think that's a good way to handle things. There'll be 1 more on patrol, and 1 more actually on our staff, so, we won't, theoretically, we'll still have 7 or 8, able to do other jobs and stuff like that, which will be a very, very positive thing, to say the least. So, let us see what, is next up on the docket. You can punish Oh yeah. That's another thing that Super Daniel was saying that makes me so sad. I wish I knew this when there was that one guy who started that huge fire. Although I think he did have this or this cell, so we might be able to see him and get a little bit of revenge. Because one thing that I totally forgot about is if you pull up their tab, you actually can select to go ahead and punish prisoners with like lockdown or solitary. Dan Gilmer, and it wasn't Cake. But I don't remember the guy looking like that. Torture, blah blah blah. We can't actually see what they've done, right? There's a way to see sentence 7 years, family, mother, father, If there's a way to check what prisoners have done recently, I don't really know how to do it. Which is obviously a little bit of a shame, but that's okay. That guy's actually injured. You know what, let's go ahead, grab a doctor, get a doctor in the house over to go ahead and help that dude, because might as well keep our people nice and healthy, of course, make sure that they're actually happy in that right. Did that select for her to go? Him or her? I actually don't know if that one was he. That doctor's going over, so it actually does look like that doctor's gonna go ahead and heal this person. There goes Stubbs. I wonder if he has any stubs, like he's got an injured arm or something like that. Oh, that poor doctor, she was like trapped in the room with him. She's like, oh god, please let me out, this man's gonna kill me. Alright, Do we have any dummies? So far, I don't see any dummies. That's good news. I feel like that's something that I should actually go ahead and try to make an effort to go ahead and check more often, to say the least. There's Conan O'Brien, of course. Conan O'Brien, one of our signature prisoners, to say the least. Let me see. So you can punish them. Small pipes go for 35 meters. This is one thing that I think I'll go ahead and try to save for the next video. What Super Daniel was saying is that I should go ahead and actually follow, like, the day-to-day life of one of the prisoners, to go ahead and see what actually may be necessary. You know, I should go ahead and follow the prisoner to see, hey, does he have room to sit down in the canteen? Do I need to add more tables? Or, hey, maybe he's not getting enough food. Maybe I should actually go ahead and add some food into the canteen. I mean, add some additional... Oh, that's what those are! Oh! You guys were telling me about the dog markers, which kind of... When dogs snuff out where prisoners may be trying to, like, dig to escape the prison. But I didn't realize that that's what this is until now, because I just saw that dirt kind of fly. Okay. Okay, there was also one right there, but it's disappeared. Were there any down here? Because that is actually a very, very critical, important thing to this gameplay. I believe how we deal with that. There's also one right there. That doesn't seem too realistic to me, though. Yeah, another thing that you guys were saying, and that's where this one and those ones right there are probably wrong. You guys were saying that the dogs do actually throw out a lot of red herrings. Like, I don't know what the staff room makes a lot of sense. Do we even have any... Yeah, we don't even have any pipes anywhere near there. And I would imagine most of these would be connected to the pipes, but who knows, maybe I'd be wrong. One thing we definitely need to do, and let's actually start throwing out our expenses towards this right now. We're actually going to go ahead, and like I mentioned before, we're going to change our pipe setup so that it goes, like, up here and around like that. That's going to cost a lot. That actually wasn't horribly costly. And then once that's done, we'll create new small pipes. We might need to keep like those couple of large pipes, but we'll create a lot of small pipes that will go ahead and connect to all of these things, so we can end up getting rid of the large pipes along here, hopefully making it harder for prisoners to escape, because that's something that we definitely want to make sure that we do a very good job of avoiding, to say the least. Use station guards in the patrol tab. Okay, so station guards are apparently in the patrol. Okay, so stationing guards if they're in the patrols tab. But there isn't a patrol tab, right? Job needs, resume policy grant. Yeah. Imagine, I don't know, you guys were telling me that stationing guards is a possibility. And apparently stationing guards is different than the standard patrol things, but I don't know how to do that. If that is, if I am missing something, like, basically, here's what I'll say right here. What I'm having the guards do, like here, where I do the guard patrols and just have them in one spot, is that stationing a guard? It does actually say patrolling under them, so I'd imagine that's not what it means. And if that is the case, I'm just kind of missing. Oh. Totally, yep, game just thought I made 2 of those. I did not, game. I clicked on the reports tab, and you are a foolish fool for thinking I did anything else. So if I'm wrong about that, please go ahead and actually point that out for me and tell me what I could do to actually change that to make it work the way that it should be, to make things work efficiently. We're actually past the 30-minute mark, so let's go over the last of these rather quickly. Don't get many armored guards. I've talked about that many times now. And then Super Daniel was also saying tasers. He was saying, like, that's one thing I really should have thought of before. In his comment, excuse me, in his comment he was saying, like, I cannot tell you how many lives tasers has saved. And really, we're a freaking maximum security prison. And I didn't think to add tasers. Like, that's really something that was totally my bad, not thinking of it before. And it should hopefully make things go a lot smoother for a prison. Not that they haven't been going smoothly before, they should just be even better. now that we will have those things. Look at this! Conan O'Brien is living, like, right next to Felix Lee. Nice. And I'm judging this just on the hair, not the fact that he's black or anything like that. I know this is a fairly common hairstyle, but this really reminds me of Samuel L. Jackson's character from Pulp Fiction. I don't know why, I just feel like it looks like him a lot. His name wasn't Felix Lee, I'm pretty sure, but wouldn't surprise me if he did end up in prison, although he did change his ways at the end. Such a good movie. But anyways, I think that's going to be it for this video. Once again, thank you all for all your support on the series and your information in the comments below. They have been very, very super duper mega ultra helpful. So anyways, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like, a comment, and or subscribing if you have not. I am the Egg Scrambled Gamer, and I will see you all next time.